Hi, hello everybody. We're going to mess around with Claude 3.5 and Python coding again. And what I want to look at today is more level design. In the last video, we saw that Claude created this set of 5 levels for a platform game. And each level introduced new themes. Level 1 was a simple introduction. Level 2 introduced the moving platforms, and so on. Now, I didn't ask for, nor did I expect, that kind of level progression and theming. So we're going to do another test, a roguelike game where we're going from dungeon screen to dungeon screen. There'll be elements like walls, treasure, decorations, that kind of thing. I'm not going to give Claude any direction on how things should progress or how they should be themed. We'll just see what it comes up with. Let's give this a try. The prompt is make a pygame, a tile-based 2D roguelike. Tiles are 32 by 32 pixels. Decide on a set of tiles which will be displayed using pygame draw functions. For example, stone dungeon wall, wooden dungeon wall, treasure chest, pit, fire, enemy. Create a set of about 20 different tiles. The window should be large enough to display a 20 by 20 grid of tiles. Create 5 levels. Level data should be encoded so it can be stored in a concise way. If the user presses space, the next level will be displayed. Now, I'm not expecting much from the first pass, but we'll see what happens. Here are the tiles it's decided on. So as well as my suggestions, we've got water, grass, door, key, potion, weapon, armor, stairs, torch, trap, altar, barrel, and bookshelf. And we just know they're going to start off as just coloured rectangles. We can come back to that. So here's the level data structure it's decided on, and it's storing everything in strings. The problem there is that it's using digits to represent the tile, but there's 20 tiles. That's not going to work, is it? And here's the draw tile function. Indeed, it's just going to be a rectangle. Still, let's whack it in and see what happens. Level 1. Need to improve the graphics so I can understand what all these are. Level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Some interesting shapes there. We need to improve things now. Okay, so we've got improve the level data encoding so that all 20 tile types are possible rather than just tiles 0 to 9. I've had to regenerate this message a few times because it often gets these strings too short, which results in an error later. Now we could add some error handling, but I do want to make sure the level data is nice and square. This one looks all right. Good. And as you can see, it's introduced using letters as well as digits so that all the tile types can be represented. I also asked for the sprites to be made clearer and improved. Use pygame draw functions I specified because the first couple of times I tried this, it wanted to use ASCII symbols to make each tile clearer, obviously picking up on the roguelike keyword there. Let's finish this off. Now, it's using a lot of else-if statements here to draw the tiles, which is a little ugly, but that is fine. It's the level design that we're focused on today. Okay, that's everything plugged in. Here we go. So level 1. The stone walls are grey and the floor is grey, so I might have it improve that. We've got a whole bunch of items here. We'll have another pass at improving the graphics because this is not all clear. Is that fire? Is that a key? Next level. We have an error on the 5th level. Invalid literal for int with base 20, k. So in the level data, it's added a k, but the rest of the code doesn't know what k is. So we'll have a look at that. All right, so this pass was just to have it add some error handling. Add error handling for invalid characters in the level data, add error handling for level data rows that are too short, increase the height of the screen so that the name of the level can be displayed, and create a name for each of these levels. Let's take a look. The dungeon entrance. The maze of elements. Doesn't look like a maze to me, but we can work on that later maybe. The divided chambers. Really? The item showcase. Okay. Wow. I can see some doors. That's kind of interesting. Okay. The final challenge. Well, we're going to make more levels. This isn't necessarily the final challenge. I did one more graphics pass, and Claude has introduced some animation here for some of the tiles, like the fire and the torch. The monsters are these chubby little goblin chappies now. The grass sometimes has little flowers in. That's sweet. I think Claude's context window is filled up with all the graphics drawing functions, so I'm going to remind it what the level data structure is like. Maybe revisit how the tile types are represented. Here we go. The constants updated to characters. For some reason, it's decided to have a dict in the draw level function, which is basically just mapping 0 to 0, 5 to 5, B to B. Can't be bothered to fix that right now. I want to see what the levels are like. Please make a brand new set of 10 dungeon levels. The gloomy entrance, the fiery forge, the watery depths, the overgrown ruins. I'm excited to see these. Let's copy them in. Oh, it hasn't quite finished. Continue. Got an alchemist's lair. The gloomy entrance. Oh, that is nice and maze-like. The fiery forge. The watery depths. Each level is quite dungeon and maze-like now. The overgrown ruins. And if we look down in the bottom right, there's a black square, and we're getting the error message level data is too short. So at least the error handling's working. The trap laden corridor. That's what these red crosses are, traps. The chest maze. 3 little rooms there with chests. The elemental chambers. The sunken library. So these colourful tiles are supposed to be bookcases. The alchemist's lair. I believe these tiles are altars. The pit of challenges. This is the first introduction of the monsters. And back to the gloomy entrance. I've noticed there's a lack of doors. None of the levels have doors. I wonder if I ask Claude to analyze the levels it's created and try and improve on them, if that would do anything. Let's give it a go. Please analyze. Please anal. No, please analyze the levels you have created and improve on their level design. Give it a go. Interesting. Consistency. Some levels have clear entry and exit points while others don't. We should ensure all levels have marked entry and exit points. I don't have entry and exit tiles. Progression. The difficulty and complexity should generally increase as the player advances through the levels. Variety. Whilst each level has a theme, we can improve the variety of challenges and layouts. Balance. Some levels may have too many or too few of certain elements, example, treasures, enemies, obstacles. 5. Exploration. We can add more incentives for exploration and optional challenges. Here's an improved set of levels addressing these points. I am skeptical this has actually done anything, but let's have a look. Oh, it has plopped some monsters down on the first level. Fiery Forge. Watery Depths. Looks to me like all it's really done is added monsters. Which is something. No doors, though. Yeah, everything's more or less the same, except with a few more monsters. Alright, enough of that.